Hi guys, it's ZHENG and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to episode 3 of Under My Skin and I'm really keen for it. I do however have coffee here with me because I think I'm coming down with a cold. My throat is really sore, so I need something to just help get me through this. But anyway, before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick and massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. And if you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions, the links for it will be in the description below along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. But now without further ado, let's get into today's video.
你说我要把那些好东西发到网上去，会怎么样？那些曾经被你打败的人。 一定会不惜一切代价把你的荣誉。
This man is such a scumbag.
就是那天，让我下定决心，与其被他永远操控，不如让他彻底消失在我的世界里。
刘连明呢？为什么要杀他？
讲到是人命啊！这样，你只要给我20万。
And I never understand those kinds of people. Like, if you know that person's a murderer, immediately go to the police and hope that you're soon enough that they don't also murder you. Like, what the hell?
我更不能眼睁睁看着我的努力被刘连明给毁了。视频呢？
放心吧，咱都是讲究人。
Yeah, sure.
看好了。
But it makes sense that she brought the money because I doubt he would have just let her in if it didn't seem like she was giving in to his demands.
哎，我还能请教个问题吗？你们是怎么发现我的破绽的？
识别颜色，对于一个美术生来说就是基本功。刚涂过油的指甲，会比已经涂过一段时间的指甲表面更亮。
That makes a lot of sense.
我曾经以为，我拥有这张脸，它就可以帮我实现我所有想要的成功。
That's sad.
曾经的我，
我还画了另外一张画，以前的你，让我想到了她。
居里夫人，
她是第一位获得诺贝尔奖的女性，她的成就超过了大部分同时代的男性，在我的印象中。 它代表着女性力量。从你的作品里，我也看到了相似的力量。我相信，曾经的那个你，总有一天会成为享誉国际的设计师。
That's really sad, but I appreciate the sentiments of it.
谢谢。
She's a good actress.
第三个谎言，就是马拉之死本身。关键的秘密就在马拉手中的这张便签里。画中的便签上写的是科代在向马拉求援，马拉正准备资助。这份处决名单里写满了马拉准备要铲除的异己者的名字。 而科代孤身进入险地，就是为了阻止马拉的杀戮。科代曾经在法庭上说：“我杀一个人是为了拯救10万。”
And I'm so glad that we came back to that.
认不认啊？
认，我当然认。办公室的分配还是要服从局里的安排，我没意见。
这才有点队长的样子。沈毅啊
He actually doesn't seem as against it as I expected him to be. I feel like he's on his way to a change of heart, but maybe I'm being too optimistic.
张局，沈毅初来乍到，这次虽然表现不错，但还是不太熟悉我们的办案方式。
I don't trust the detective's motives at all.
下来那个沈毅怎么样？这几次的画像，局里都传遍了。
他画的再像，最后还不是靠我们抓。
你对他有意见？
You could say that.
是因为雷队的案子？
Yep. Interesting
那个
that
案
he
子你应该
doesn't
清楚，
confirm it though.
他也是被利用。
我想不通，一个戴了口罩只露半张脸的毁容女人，她说话就画出来了。7年了，找她画雷队的那个女人，她为什么画不出来？
我认识的
Trauma
杜
does a
成
lot of
不会
things.
总是。
Wonder if they were together and drifted apart because of his anger over his former captain's case. Sorry, I shouldn't find a skeleton in that pose funny, but I do. He has a cool setup for his office. Is that the... Yeah.
你要把它拿走吗？张局让我来接你，说有个案子要你去。
About his motive for leaving that there. Says he's quite a calculated person. If I had to guess, I would say he's leaving that there so it can be a constant reminder for Shinyi of his mistake. But I don't know if I'm being too cynical.
派出所接警了一起抢劫案，现场有4个目击证人，3个画画的，1个小超市老板，让那3个画画的一人画张画像，没张能抓着人的，所以他们
Asleep again. Him and cars, clearly not friends.
吵什么呢？3个人画了3张不同的脸，
都是办过展，叫到上边的画家，画像的。
哦，对，
Why do I get the feeling we're gonna see
这完全都不一样。
a face that he might know?
这张最过分，是让我们上哪找人呢？这是附近小区监控拍到的视频，非常模糊，大概能看清这个男的戴眼镜。
Oh my soul, it's really bad.
错了，这个男的根本不戴眼镜。
这不是镜片的反光吗？
这个反光不是镜片造成的，是人的瞳孔在暗处的本能的张大，造成红眼的现象。
小张，你校一下，回放一下，我再看一眼。
你对监控很了解啊？对着监控画像，这不是我的基本功吗？对了，第4个目击者呢？
I like that they're getting snappy with each other.
相貌平平，说明这个人的五官比例分布很均匀，是非常重要的画像信息。
Why am I enjoying this? Like, I watched one of Gaywatch's reactions to Guardian recently again to kind of cheer myself up, and Shinwei did something, and she was like, my competency kink is raging, and I feel her on a very specific level right now with his capabilities when it comes to portrait drawing.
麻烦你再帮我倒回去，谢谢。超好听。
It must also be quite hard for him not to look at the different drawings that the other guys made and maybe possibly be influenced by it. Unless he's like able to just ignore that and focus only on what he himself is seeing, which would make more sense.
用的是这张。
这线条极其的简单，干净顺畅，没有丝毫的容笔。这让我想起一个人，沈毅。
Like they immediately knew.
程队，
But they do say that all artists have a specific style.
你想想，一个画家年纪轻轻的，事业有成，突然之间到警校当美术老师，现在又跑来当画像师。对呀，为什么呀？
I mean, if what he caused emotionally impacted him, if he lives with the guilt of his drawings being the cause of a murder. I could see his need to change careers and maybe do something that he feels is more beneficial to other people in an attempt to make up for what he feels he did wrong. And helping the police catch killers is a very logical step to that.
骸骨是施工工人挖地基的时候发现的，从包工头到学校绕了好几个圈才报的案，没有采取任何的现场保护措施。
But he should actually be able to give a basic facial reconstruction of what the person would look like, as far as I'm aware.
从指骨联合发育的情况上看，死者不超过20岁，但从臼齿的磨损程度上看，年纪应该是在40岁以上。虽然同为女性，但应该是分属为2个人，一个是青春期少女，一个是中年女性，骨头是不会骗人的。
That's a terrifying thought.
我认为应该先从头骨查起。
如果有人光凭头骨就能复原人脸的话，那我们应该能找得更快一点吧。
Did he just say that to test him? I feel like he's saying that to test
可
him.
以，你能不能？你想清楚再回答。
你问我，不就是希望我说可以吗？
希望不要等我们案子破了，你再画出来。下回。
He's really not letting up on him.
哎呀，小沈啊，你呀还是太年轻。随便一说。
Isn't that a bit of a rude thing to just say? This is such a weirdly calming thing to observe in the middle of a murder investigation. It's weird, I'm already kind of seeing a face there that's like more than just the bones. That's so amazingly done. What? What did you discover? If you discover something, you need to go tell Shinji so he can reckon that into his portrait.
画的怎么样？
我尝试用头骨去倒推尸体9项图，现在刚到肉身腐烂的阶段。
Oh, great.
你看看这个，
哎，太好了，你把颅骨带来了。
你摸摸这儿，这里，编号被磨掉了。
It's not, maybe not a fake. Might be a fake actually, but at the very least one that was kept by a museum or something like that. It's not part of the actual murder victim's corpse, I don't think.
能画出来吗？
不用画了，身份已经确认了。
你看这儿，有一道被磨损的痕迹，有人用砂纸从颅骨的表面磨掉了编号。
所以这是一个教学版的真人头骨，来源不难追查。
I think they said the skull was a 40-year-old woman. So the real victim is the 20-year-old one. I'm kind of wondering, obviously there's many reasons why someone could be murdered, but because of the age, I'm leaning towards the possibility of perhaps pregnancy. Ooh, but now I'm wondering, no, I doubt it. I wanted to say maybe one of the skulls, I wanted to say that if they took a skull, maybe they put the actual skull that's relevant to the case as replacement.
额骨稍圆，眉骨平滑，典型的女性特征。
智齿未萌出，可能是青春期少女。
What's he thinking?
这个颅骨没有编号，肯定不是正常的胶卷。
That's quite grim to think that someone hid a murder victim in plain sight like that.
我是系中的美术老师曲婉欣， 情况教务处已经告诉我了，我来配合你们查证。真的可以画出生前的样子吗？
肖像，在古代叫写真。
现在已经
I'm kind of wondering about her a little bit.
化验确定头骨尸骨属于同一个人。接下来只要扫描头骨数据，把颅骨宽度、长度、颧骨高度输入到电脑里 ，AI 就能模拟出生前的人像。
审议能比电脑快？
No, was that an actual compliment? Is he gonna do it faster? I would be so happy.
你到底是谁？
陈明，好了。
什么呀
？AI 复原的人像，还原度已经很高了。
Let me see what this looks like. Oh, great.
关了吧。怪吓人的。
Yeah, that unfortunately is not gonna be very useful.
这是本市近10年失踪人口的照片，25岁以下的我全摘出来了。我觉得这个审议啊，肯定画不出来，就凭头骨，倒不如让嫌疑人自首。
Because he's actually kind of trying to be helpful, though he probably won't admit it.
公平起见。
Appreciate the fact that they're showing that it takes time, like this is not some magic trick.
这个是城队那边排查出来的10年内25岁以下失踪女性的照片。
谢谢，但我现在不能看这些照片。
为
Yeah,
什么？
because
看到
otherwise
这
it
张照
might
片不是容易
influence.
更有感觉吗？
如果没有这个颅骨，只是凭空想象，我也没有把握。但是现在有了这个颅骨，我就可以通过软组织厚度测量法，现在脑子里已经有它样子了。
沙老师，你
Yeah, but again, he doesn't want to be influenced, which is good. This is so interesting. Wow. That looks pretty legit. This man keeps freaking pulling all-nighters. He's not gonna have a normal sleep schedule left. Well, one thing the detective can't accuse him of is lack of dedication.
画出来了吗？
Oh, wow.
任小璇，
任小璇，1996年7月9日出生在本市，10年前失踪。
I like that he knew just by looking at that.
报案人是他的母亲梁俊秋。法医鉴定结果，任小璇遇害的时间很有可能就是在2011年的6月份。
所以他很有可能在失踪的时候就已经被杀害了。
是的。另外呢，当时派出所走访得知，任小璇6岁时父母离异，他一直跟着母亲生活。
哎呀，这案子复杂了。
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if her dad came and took her back or tried to take her back.
你干什么去？我去学校找他打听打听。这小沈那是学艺术出身的，你能力强，有点个性，很正常。
破案不是靠个性，他真有本事，就带点有用的线索回来。
I mean, he's helping. You guys weren't able to identify her without his portrait. What would have taken longer at the very least.
想不到你这么快就画出来了。
Interesting that we're seeing the girl with the pearl earring again. She was also in the other episode.
他转学过来那一年，我高3。
That's a detail you neglected to mention earlier.
我上次来的时候，
就看到这些木板，挺有意思的。
这些都是废弃课桌的桌板，美术组的同学啊就喜欢在上面刻字。
I so badly want to do another Studio Ghibli reaction.
你的课桌板呢？哪一张是啊？
我可是老师眼中的好学生，桌板干干净净的，放不上来。
对了，你眼中的任小璇是什么样的人？
I wonder if the girl who was murdered didn't maybe draw on her desk, and somehow one of the art pieces on display in the art room that we were in earlier is also hers, and he's gonna connect it, and somehow that has relevance to the case.
谁呀？
我们是北疆分局刑警队的，请问你是任小璇的母亲吗？
Terrible thing to just suddenly have that bomb dropped on you after so many years.
你们是在哪儿找到他的？
在北疆七中，操场底下。他失踪之前有什么异常吗？
记不清了。他总是自己待着。自从我跟他爸离婚之后，他很少跟我说话。我知道，他恨我。
他当时上学的东西还保留着吗？
Oh, this must be absolutely awful. Shame, I feel really bad for the mother. I'm intrigued to see how this resolves. I still have a bad feeling about that teacher, but I don't know if it's just because I'm paranoid. I just feel like it would make sense for the killer to want to see a portrait of the person to see if they are in danger of being discovered. But since she's an art teacher, it also would make sense for her to just be curious about it. And she doesn't seem skittish, so I'm leaning more and more towards her not having anything to do with it, but there is still that niggling fear in the back of my head. I'm intrigued to see again how Shini and the detective's relationship develops, because the detective does seem to be gaining grudging respect for him. But I'm also quite surprised. I don't know why I didn't pick it up on this in the first and second episode, but I thought maybe it was an exception. The fact that this isn't a serial show, like it's not that every case is contained within one episode. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna affect the way the plot develops. And I'm also hoping that we start getting some hints towards them maybe being able to solve the old captain's death in the next episode or two. But some people have mentioned that the show kind of ends on a cliffhanger or with some details not tied up. So I'm hoping it's not that, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys still enjoyed my reaction, and otherwise I'll see you guys again next time. ZHENG!